Remember the slogan popularized by Russell Brunson and Clickfunnels? You're only one funnel away. And that was the best tagline of 2022, without a doubt. How incredibly powerful that thought that you're just one funnel away from being financially independent. What a great time it is for building a business online. That with all this strife, this COVID, economic uncertainty, international instability, still you can go on the internet and you can make a living. It's 2023 now, and after the message "one funnel away" permeated throughout the internet over the last 2 years, it's kind of starting to run its course. And what I wanted to address today is, do people believe still that you're really just one funnel away from success online? Are we really one funnel away from succeeding on the internet and making a living for ourselves on the internet? So do people still believe that they're just one funnel away? Well, 2 to 3 years ago, I could name at least 100 plus marketers who were earning six figures from one sales funnel. Now I, maybe know a handful that are right now. And what happened? The market changed. People's attitudes changed, and the market became more sophisticated. There are other factors as well that I can't list here, but for several reasons, funnels are on their way down. So what's replacing them? How or what should funnel enthusiasts now move to for the best chance at doing one thing that will provide absolute freedom, income, independence, as funnels once did? Well, there is something I know firsthand, which is creating 6 and 7 figure incomes almost everyone I know who is making good money online is doing, and I'd like to share that with you today and do my very best to share this with you for your ability to do this in 2023, because this is working right now. So before we get into that, let's look at where funnels came from. And before we get into that, I'm Sam Backer. My name is Sam Backer. I run a number of software companies, community, scholar, member, and over the last 15 years, I've been making an income online. I haven't had a job for 15 years. Over the last 15 years, I've been completely financially free. I've been able to visit 26 different countries, maybe more, and I've just worked from home. That's where I am right now. I'm working from home, and that's what I do on a daily basis. And most of that has come from selling software, creating solutions to problems, and also building a big subscriber list. At its peak was 100,000 people plus, highly engaged, and that's what I've been doing. So I've worked with maybe 50 to 60 different companies on launching their brands onto the internet. So I speak from that experience and where I'm coming from and helping you to kind of understand all of this. But I do all that I do from this office with this laptop. It's always been the case. Most of the work I do on the laptop or a little bit on the phone. So let's talk about funnels. Where did funnels come from? Now, for someone that's been on the internet for a long, long time, I can tell you that from day one, when I first got started, when I was about 16 years old, I started using a sales funnel to build a list, because I was told, the first message I was told is, if you want to make money online, you need to build a subscriber list. And I was at the time trying everything I could. So I thought, okay, well, how difficult can it be? I just need to build a subscriber list. So I set up an opt-in form and then took people to a thank you page and then started building my list that way. And this was a unpopular idea. Most people had websites. So most business owners kind of had websites. There was this kind of small gathering that were creating funnels over sites like ClickFunnels, or ClickBank, I should say, not ClickFunnels, ClickBank. ClickBank's been around forever, by the way. Forums and different places as well. And these funnels were popular on those sites, but no one believed that they could be popularized and used by big companies or anything like that. It was just one of these things for selling information-based products and, some software. And what happened is that Russell Brunson came along. Russell Brunson had been around for a while. He'd been creating different products, selling different products. And he came around with this idea that he then popularized. And he did this really smartly. The way that he did this is that he went out there and said that everyone didn't need a website anymore. People were familiar with websites. Every business kind of had one. Everyone was at the stage where, if anything, I know that I need a website to succeed on the internet. And he kind of went against that and said, hey, you don't need a website. What you need is a funnel. And I believe that he is right. For selling online, a funnel is much better, because websites got really sophisticated, kind of confusing. You'd go on there, you'd see a bunch of stuff, and you didn't really know what you wanted to purchase. And what Russell Brunson did is he said basically, hey, you should just have one product being sold, and once you've sold their product, then sell the next one, or organize some really good upsells or upgrades that could be sold off that. And that kind of went out there, and lots of people picked it up and started using it. There was a time where I'd be clicking through Facebook, maybe it's just the types of things that I view, but every single product, I'd be seeing a sales funnel. I'd be seeing someone selling something through ClickFunnels, and they all had the same pages. They all looked the same. You've probably been there as well. And I kept thinking, are these people making money off this? And I kept hearing that, yes, they are through ads. It was very successful. And you saw with the amount of people having success through ClickFunnels there, I think 6, 7, 8 comma clubs, they did extremely well. And a lot of the top marketers that are now on YouTube, the top people that are talking about marketing on YouTube, they went through that system. They learned about funnels through ClickFunnels, and they came out the other side very successful through doing that. And that's what brings me to Market Sophistication. This is a really good book. I've read this. I read this every year, probably 1 or 2 times. And I always find it really, really the clearest and easiest to understand way of how markets kind of evolve and are develop. It's a book written by Eugene Schwartz called Breakthrough Advertising, and it was written a long time ago. I can't see the date here. It's probably, I think, written in the 70s or the 80s, maybe, and like 1966 was when it was released, and it goes through market sophistication. And I think with funnels, what's happened is that funnels started off, and it was this new idea for online business owners. People hadn't heard about it. It existed, but hadn't been heard by online business owners. Then people started, oh, you need a funnel if you want to sell products online. Oh, I need a funnel. A funnel will help me sell products. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh, I need this type of funnel. I need a squeeze page funnel, or I need I think they had, ClickFunnels has all these different names for these different funnels that they have. I need this type of sales funnel. I need that type of sales funnel. And then it was kind of like, oh, I need to work on my conversions. And we got deeper into the kind of knowledge around funnels. And the market itself became very sophisticated. Most business owners now understand what a funnel is. Most people know what a funnel is. If I'm having conversations with, someone who's running an offline business, and I mentioned funnels these days, people know what a funnel is. They understand the concept. And what I've noticed is that over the last year or so, funnels haven't been talked of so much. It really peaked throughout COVID. People talk about them, but now everyone's familiar with them. There's not really a lot that you can teach about funnels that people haven't already been taught. There are different courses out there. There's all these videos over YouTube. ClickFunnels has done a really good job at educating people about what funnels are. So people kind of know that they need funnels. But the other thing that's happened is that people who were purchasing have kind of become smart to funnels in the way that they know if they enter one of these funnels, or they buy a particular product that kind of looks a particular way, they start going through this funnel, they're going to have other products presented to them that maybe they just don't want to bother with that. Or they've been advertised so much by different marketers that they've kind of lost trust when they go to these websites that look this particular way, that they don't want to enter into the funnel because they've had people that haven't delivered on what they've been promising throughout these sales funnels in the past. So we've kind of gone through, and I was reading today the 5 steps of market sophistication, and I think we've gone through all 5 stages. I think that funnels is now entering into, if it's not already, the stage where it is kind of dead. It's actually difficult to sell people products, educating them on how to use sales funnels these days. So my question for you is, what is next? Websites went through this phase. Funnels have kind of gone through this phase. What is next? And what can we learn from these, these 2 kind of websites and funnels that will help us to make good decisions about what's coming next and where we should be spending our time and investigating how we could be making money on the internet or selling our products on the internet. Our products that solve problems, our products that, people will want, as long as we can reach the right people in the right type of way. How do people want to be reached? Well, there's a few things to consider. The first one I'd like to mention is that the market itself is more sophisticated. People have more knowledge about what's out there. They know they need a website. They know they need funnels. But also the technology itself has kind of evolved to the stage where it's actually in a really good place, where anyone could actually just go onto from their phone, click into a website, and you could actually just create a website on your phone. So you could literally just go through the process and you could create a website on your phone. You could create a sales funnel on your phone. You could go out there and create a business within a few minutes now. You buy a domain, set up a Stripe account, set up a checkout page. The software is there to make it really easy. And then you can go out and start selling. So market sophistication is very, very good. And what has kind of already replaced funnels, and this is already happening, and I'm noticing this, most of the sales that I'm now making are happening outside of sales funnels. I'm still selling within sales funnels. I'm still making a few $1,000s every month through, sales that come through sales funnels. But the majority of the sales that I'm now making are through two things. Zoom, so Zoom calls, Zoom events, when I'm having a conversation with someone, chat apps, okay, when I'm engaging in conversations one-on-one. Someone saying, hey, I need solutions to this, or I need this problem solved. Can you help me? I engage in a conversation with them. We investigate whether I can help them. Then if I can't help them, then we go ahead and I say this is how much it's going to cost, and they pay the money. Or if they're interested in a product, then I can engage in a conversation with them and sell that. And also community platforms themselves, actually engaging within what I call a community hub and selling through that community hub, listing posts about products that I'm selling or upcoming events or upcoming launches, sending out emails from that community hub and engaging people within that community hub. This now is what is replacing funnels, and I'll tell you why. Sales funnels have gone through the 5 stages, I think almost probably heading to the 5th, of these market sophistications. So people now are less trusting of sales funnels. And what people now desire is not to be kind of advertised on a video. They don't want to have to read some text about someone who is struggling at a young age, met a guide, and then came out the other side and was suddenly successful. They've read enough of those stories. They kind of understand the patterns. They understand how that kind of works, and they get turned off now by it. What they want is they want to connect with real people, just like on social media. Why do people follow people over social media? Why is it that people, individuals, always get more of a following than brands? It's because people want to connect with people. They find people that they trust, and then they want to communicate and learn from those people. And that's what's happening now. People on social media are connecting with different people that they agree with the messages of, or they have the same beliefs as. And then from there, they desire to connect more with that person. And what they want from that person is not for that person to go and send them to a product that they're selling through a sales funnel. Because if anything, that's just going to erode trust. Because look at this, there's an offer here and they're sending me through a sales funnel. It's kind of like, I thought I knew you, I want to connect with you, but I don't want to connect in this way. And a lot of people are marketing through these ways. So then you have others that are, popularizing communities. So, hey, if you want to succeed, then get involved in people that are, interconnected with you, that are, doing the same things that you're doing, and they're kind of selling community because people are desperate for community. They've been online, they were locked away in their houses or whatever through COVID, and now they're wanting and desiring to connect with more people. And this is where we can learn a lot. So what I think is being replaced or replacing sales funnels is interpersonal communication and community. So kind of like camaraderie in that sense, that they want to connect with people inside of that brand that also believe in that brand, that individual, that personalized brand. When I say brand, I'm talking about personal brands here. I'm not talking about business brands. I'm talking about personal brands, people that have built themselves up over social media, have a following, and are them in themselves their own brand. You can probably think of several different names of people that you follow right now. So what we desire is to connect with those individuals, because those are the individuals we believe have something that could unlock something for us. It might be solutions to problems. It might be something that we've been desiring that we haven't been getting. It might be unique perspectives, information that helps to improve our lives in some sort of way. And that's why community hubs, I believe, is the next stage of this, which combines the social media experience people have with influencers, but also provides chat and ways of connecting and events, ways of connecting with creators, with influencers that people are craving at the moment, as opposed to kind of a cold email marketing, broadcast, or a cold sales funnel. They want to be connecting within a warm environment. And this is what this community hub will do. So how do we use these software? Now, there are a number of different good software. When I say community hub, I don't want to talk about just this idea, and maybe it's not so clear. What I'm talking about is a software that is independent of social media and is a platform or a place where people connect in a community around that person's personal brand. So for example, if I'm running my own personal brand, like sambacker.com, for example, I create a community hub, and then I have a discussions area where people that join that are interested in my content can come and they can engage in conversations. You can actually go to sambacker.com and see this. Register for it and you'll see this community hub. Then if I want to, I can create courses, I can release trainings, I can sell, I can engage in chat, I can have events within this one place. And the great thing about this is that unlike emails where people have to go into an inbox, what my community hub members can do is they can access the community hub within seconds on their mobile phone. They can just, click through. If they're watching one of my videos on YouTube, they click through, they sign up, they do it on their mobile phone, or they can do it on their computer as well. It's accessible anywhere. If I want to send out messages, I can send out notifications to their phone. I can send out emails as well, and I can notify them in a number of different ways. And they also know where they're always going to be able to find my content. So if something happens to me over social media or something like that, then they'll know where to find me. And this is a useful selling tool because it's a place where I have the freedom to sell the way I want and communicate the way I want to people who follow me, who are my best followers. Over social media, you're going to have all sorts of people seeing your posts. You'll have all sorts of people, criticizing you, hating on you, all of that, and that aren't necessarily interested in your content. Whereas within this community hub, it's a place where people can engage in my brand in a new way, and I can engage with them in different ways that aren't possible over social media. So there's that benefit to it as well. And it's more personable. The whole thing is personable. So where should your major focus be? What I believe your major focus should be is if you're wanting to build a brand and make money online, if you want to be independent, you want to be free, you don't want to have to rely on a job, you don't have to rely on social media networks to get your message out there, and you don't have to rely on the fact that people have to keep on opening their inbox in order to see your messaging, okay, like emails. You don't want to rely on that these days because that's kind of on the down and you just will not get people opening up your emails to the same way. And then you've got deliverability issues, you've got other expenses that come with it, and it's just a big kind of mess at the moment. It's more difficult than it was, that's for sure. So now what you can do is, instead of all of this, unite your following within one community hub, within one area where you've got community, you've got chat, you've got training, you've got events, and anything else that's accessible from a mobile phone, from the computer as well, and people can just find you in one place. That is where you want to be focusing right now, because over the next 5 years, with this whole creator economy that's happening, you're going to have set yourself up to be able to communicate very clearly to your audience, and you've set that audience up as an asset, and you can always communicate them through multiple different methods, whereas if you just solely rely on email, you just solely rely on social media, you're kind of restricting yourself, and there's also the risk that things will change. Whereas this community hub, you can continue to engage and you won't have those risks. You won't run those risks. It unites everyone in one place and they'll always know where to find you. You can even connect it to your website to make it even easier as well. So if you want to find out more about these community hubs, there's a number of different solutions out there. We've got one that we've been building. It's called communi.com. There's a link down to it below, or down there below. But what I encourage you to do is join my community group at sambacker.com. Join there, because then through that, you'll be able to understand what these community groups are. You'll be able to engage within it. You'll be able to engage in discussions, and you'll kind of know what it's all about. So that would be what I would encourage you to do to get the most out of this and understand quickly how you could deploy this for your business, no matter what you're trying to do. This is what you should be building. Build up your community hub, build up your influence, build up your followers inside of your community, and use that to send out emails, use that to notify people, use that to post content, use that to run your sales promotions. And I can tell you it'll be much more effective over the next 5 years than email will be. And you'll build a much better audience and a more trusting audience than you would if you used another solution like email marketing or sales funnels to do it. So that's where I see things moving. And that's why I believe while you can still create one funnel and still be financially free, that is becoming less and less of a possibility. And now, over the next 5 to 10 years, in a similar way to what funnels have been, communities are going to be that next thing. Build one community, build one highly engaged community for your brand, and that will give you financial independence and freedom more so than if you were to focus on building sales funnels.